Hey guys, Navy Nomad here. I'm back again with another video, and we are on Aberration, as you saw in the previous video. Now, in the previous video, I showed you my starter base that I built down by the fertile river, and talked a little bit about the Aberration map and some of the things that make it quite a challenge. But at the end of the video, I showed you a couple of other great base locations for those that are into sort of creative building or looking for sort of cool areas to build a main base or a starter base. Once again, this is basically for this is PvE, so not PvP, and it's generally for those that are going solo or have a very small tribe. Now, I did mention that second other base spot is somewhere that I really wanted to try and do some creative building at, because that's my favorite part about Ark. I don't really play it for the PvP thing. I don't play it hardcore because I'm a casual gamer. I could play it hardcore, I suppose, if I wanted to, but I don't really want to. I'm really into the creative builds, the historical builds, just sort of having fun with different areas and different terrain. So as you can see, we are in that area. It's sort of like this spiraled area I think it's part rock, part giant tree trunk. I don't really know what's going on, but it's really beautiful. It's really just amazing. You've got these broken bridges up here with these waterfalls coming down. They do go into a couple of pools that you can actually drink from. Be warned that if you do choose to build here, there's a couple of difficult aspects of it. The first difficult aspect is going to be the terrain. It is very rocky and very not flat. So I'll go over kind of how I avoided that sort of issue in a moment, and I'll point out a few pros to this building site in a moment as well. The other thing is, if you just walk into the river in any old area, you might think that you can't drink from it. You can. You just have to make sure that you actually go into the pools where you can actually submerge yourself. You start kind of floating. Those are the ones you can drink from. If it's just the decorative water coming down like in the river area that you just run across, you can't actually drink from that, but you can drink from the water. So like, say for example over here, this pool, you can actually float yourself in. You can drink from that. Okay? If you were to, oh, it's an earthquake. If you were to run over here, you may not necessarily be able to drink from that. So watch out for that. Now, pros to this area. I'm trying to move. This earthquake's going on. It's really annoying. Okay. Well, pro number one obviously is that it's just gorgeous. It's got actual leafy green stuff. It's got these giant tree trunks. It's got the mushrooms. It's got vines. It's got that sort of extinction looking metal structure. It's just gorgeous. But other pros to it, obviously you've got access to a ton of rock, so stone is no issue here. You've got some metal nodes down here. Depending on where you build, those may or may not respawn back. This is a really great place where this arch is here to just wall off this entire area, which is exactly what I've done. If you go out here, you've got rock, you've got fiber, you've got wood, everything that you need really for that. And actually, you can see that's the gateway to the portal over there. If you were to just run off the cliff right in front of us here, or not right in front of it, right over there, you'd literally fall right on top of the base I showed you in the previous video. So that's pretty much where we are. It's really hard to kind of give you guys a GPS coordinate because everything's so vertical in this map. But we are at, if it will render in, that would be great. Alright, so we're at about 4333, and not too far from that original base I showed you, almost literally on top of it, but because it's so vertical, the GPS really isn't as effective as it could be. Now, other great thing about this particular area, if you head back this way, it flattens out a bit. So yeah, we've got a slope here and some stuff, but it's a lot flatter than the area we just went through. And there's a ledge out here. This ledge, most stuff can't get up. I think occasionally a couple of things can glitch up it. There's a parasaur that's glitched over there. But this ledge out here where the terminal is ridiculously flat. So if you're looking for somewhere to build a larger base, like look at how flat this is. It is crazy flat. It's just a big flat ledge. It's got a bunch of stone, bunch of wood. It's got this terminal over here, which is great. And there's a giant drop off all along here, but you can wall that off or just avoid it if you want to. So if you're looking for a larger area to spread out, by all means try this ledge out here. I want to point out some other metal spawns. There's actually an opening over here that can kind of hard to see because of all the foliage. If you go out here, there's metal spawns out here. So I don't have to really worry about this, you know, those other ones I showed you despawning, not spawning back, because we've got like what, three of these out here, and these are far away enough from the other area that they will respawn back. So all the metal you need right there, and of course in Primitive Plus, which is what I'm playing, you don't really need as much of the metal as you do in a regular game. So that's all you need for regular game or for Primitive Plus. Now, I'm going to show you guys what I've gotten started. Yeah, you can see I brought all my tames up from down below, and there's an inordinate amount of them. I tamed a lot because, frankly, sometimes it's just easier to use poo for fertilizer if you're going to be doing a farm. So I've got a lot of tames. I did manage to bring them all up here in one trip. Nobody got lost, nobody got killed, it was great. But let me show you what I've got going here. Now, I knew from the minute I saw, jump up here, I saw the river here in this sort of little river fall that goes down, that I want to do something that went over the water. That just seemed like a really cool idea for me, very sort of Frank Lloyd Wright or medieval or fantasy, something like that. So I worked out a couple of areas where they were flat enough to create that effect. So what I've got over here is a 2x3. You've got pillars in the corner to create a wider roof than we have on a base. And this goes up here and goes all the way across and over. It's 3 wide. Got stairs that come down here. This is going to be my little foundry area. I'm going to put another one there, put the construction table here. This is a big flat area here, and then I also worked on, I really like the way this looks. I built this big sort of patio platform out here with stairs going all down it, and I built it around this mushroom tree. So it's like a courtyard with this mushroom tree. Got some foliage sticking out of there. I may get a few more foundations just to kind of make this flush and go into the terrain, make it look a little bit cleaner, and do the same thing over here. But this is just a really beautiful sort of area, and thinking about making another sort of, there's that turtle. I've been hearing that turtle walking as I've been running around, but I was never able to find it. There it is. I'll kill you later. So, you know, make a little platform down there, make some stairs that go down into that, and maybe turn this into another bridge to get into the area, because there's not really any obvious entrances up to this spot. But anyway, I've been laying the foundations first so I can kind of see where I can build and how I can build. And I'm kind of playing around with ideas in my head of what to actually do with this. Because I've got the basic layout here, and I do plan to add like other sort of smaller huts and maybe some hexagonal huts kind of all scattered all around here. I kind of want to do like a fantasy village or something like that, but I'm not entirely sure how to go about that. Do I want to use lumber frames? Do I want to, ooh, there's a dodo, I can get that. Do I want to use lumbering glass frames? Do I want to use wood? I like using wood by actually flipping it so that the inside is out. I like the way that looks. Do I want to throw some thatch in there? Do I A little bit of stone as an accent would be nice, but you don't want to build like your entire base out of stone, because I found that it doesn't match up very well. You look at a wall of stone and it just looks like it's a grid, because they just don't match up. So how much stone do I want to use? Do I want to maybe throw some brick in there? I don't really know. I don't know what kind of style I want to use. Maybe I should just go completely eclectic. I'm not sure. What I do know that I want to do is that I do want this platform area up here to be the main house. How high it is or what it looks like, maybe something kind of like a tower bridge sort of thing, I don't know. But this is going to be sort of the main house area. And it's already bigger than I'm ever going to need, but I made this bridge over there, so maybe I can make it look pretty cool. Down here, I was thinking about turning that part of the platform over there into some sort of barn for the dinos, but I don't really like the idea of enclosing it. I feel like this space is like so open that if I just like stick a bunch of walls all the way around this and make it 4 or 5 stories high, it's gonna just kind of look like it's taking up too much room. It's gonna detract from the openness of this plaza and this area down here. So I'm not entirely sure how to wing that. If it went further back, I think I could, set a barn further back here. But I kind of wouldn't want to start it until, the back of that mushroom to make it look good visually. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what to do about that. I could probably put one more layer of foundations in here and make a smaller barn and still have this sort of plaza area out here, but I don't really know. Maybe I should build a barn area in the somewhat flatter area up there, but I kind of want to keep everything in this area because I don't want to go too big. Maybe I could put the barn down here. This is a fairly flat area. I could probably get a decent grid over here and have the barn down below. This is kind of the main walkway or entranceway up here, so I kind of want the entrance to be in this area. I don't know if I want to enclose this off or keep it open. I kind of like the idea of it open down below and enclosed up above. This is definitely going to stay open because I like the idea of having the workshop with some airflow. So yeah, there's a lot of things I can do with this, and I'm really not sure how I'm going to do this. I don't know if I'm going to pick a single style or make it kind of eclectic, or just kind of build pieces as they fancy me and make it just sort of a Mod Podge of fantastical architecture. I really don't know. I think that this environment here really lends itself to a Mod Podge of fantastical architecture. I don't think Adobe would really fit in very well here, but all the other building styles that you have available would, I think. So anyway, that's the current setup for what I've got going for this area. So the future episodes may have something to do with this build and things that I choose to do with it. If you have any suggestions or ideas for ways I could kind of build on this and expand on this, feel free to drop a comment down below, give me some ideas, because it's really sort of an open page at this point, and foundations have been laid, and I can always add more, and maybe you guys are going to think of something that I didn't necessarily think of, like should I do a Viking themed build? Should I try and make it sort of Asian? Should I do some more Tudor stuff? I feel like I might make a mix. We'll see. But anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe for future updates on this and other builds, and I will see you in a future video. Thanks for watching.